on this absolutely gorgeous Yamaha SXViper. I kind of grew up riding triples. You know, I had the Ultra 680, which was a triple. I previously had one of these SXViper 700 triples. Those that don't know, this is a 700 single pipe, but triple cylinder. The SRX was the Big Daddy triple. Now, to this day, this is probably still one of the best looking, especially older snowmobiles, but even the new ones, this thing gets lots of looks. But anyway, let's just get straight to the good stuff. The old triple.
So this is at a time when things were really heating up in the snowmobile world. This machine in particular is 2002, and it ran until 2004, but we had the introduction of the Rev chassis and platform. Everybody remembers Blair Morgan, the absolute snowcross legend. And this thing, to this day, really holds its own. I was just on the trails the other day, and an 800 Assault pulled up to me, and I thought, well, of course we're going to have a go, and it's actually pretty close. I kind of actually pulled ahead until about 60-ish miles an hour, and then it slowly started pulling on me. And by the time we hit 100, it was maybe a sled length. So this thing, very fast in today's standard, and it doesn't even have the triples or anything like that on it. This was a great machine in the day, and now we're seeing that, they're gone, right? There's less and less of them out there. It gets tons of looks everywhere it goes. But during this time, in 2002, when this thing was out, the SRX had just stopped being produced, so this was what we had left. And this is really a pivotal time in the snowmobile industry. We had Firecat come out, the Rev chassis, Polaris had the Wedge that was pretty much done. They had, we had the XCSPs out and whatnot. It was not until we'd see Fusion and whatnot that Polaris would really change their style of snowmobile, and then onto the Dragon and Assault and whatnot in around 06-07. But during this time, this was the very last of these amazing machines, because after 2004, we saw the last triple cylinder snowmobile ever produced. That's 21 years ago. And Yamaha altogether started this conquest to become a four-stroke powerhouse. And while this thing was still being produced, we saw the RX-1, which was a 1000cc four-stroke. It was lightning quick on the trails. That gave birth to the Apex and many other four-stroke snowmobiles. But this was the very end of an era in snowmobiles where the triple was dead, and we just started seeing more four-strokes. So I think when you look at this machine today, in its own right, it's kind of a piece of history, because it was the very last 3-cylinder, 2-stroke powered snowmobile.
Now, it certainly seems as if the 2-stroke 700 SXViper has really held its value over the years. I paid a few grand for this one. Well, a couple, I guess, and change. I was happy to pay it. They don't come up very often, and I would say that if you are in the market for a pretty reasonably priced, tons of fun snowmobile that sounds like an absolute screamer, because it runs to 9 friggin' grand, so it kind of is a screamer, I would probably look at that. I mean, the biggest thing is the new riding style is so much better with, rider forward on all the new machines, basically 2003 and up, except for this one, which ran at 04. But it's just a great machine all around, Great machine all around. And still very economical. I mean, these things got like 100 and change miles to a tank of fuel. I think even 150 realistically. I've gotten, normally 125, 140 with the style of driving I do. Obviously, I could burn it down and way less if I really wanted to. But in general, that's kind of what you're going to see. So it's, mileage wise, it's good. It barely goes through any oil. They're oil injected. It sips oil. It's, every 2 or 3 tanks, you don't even have to think about, filling the thing. It might use a quart or so every full tank of fuel. So it's very economical in that sense as well. And being kind of like the last, triple in a sense, 2-stroke triple, yes, sure, maybe there's been some other 3-cylinder, 4 strokes over the years. I'm just saying specifically 2 strokes in this regard. And it's the last one. And I don't think they're ever coming back. After we're seeing Arctic Cat folded, supposedly someone's going to buy them out. I'm waiting to hear back what's going to happen there. But this might be your only chance to really get your hands on an old school triple. Oh, and did I mention reliability? This is arguably the most reliable 2-stroke engine out there ever produced, period. The 488 Fan Polaris was a 10,000 mile engine all day long. 20,000 realistically. They don't die. This thing is right up there. They are so low maintenance. They go forever. They make tons of power. They run to $9,000. You know what? I got nothing bad to say about them. Thanks for watching, and as usual, like, comment, and subscribe.